The town of Elden Hollow was known for its cobblestone streets, ancient buildings, and quiet charm. But over the past few weeks, something strange had been happening. Parts of the town were disappearing. It started with small things, a lamppost here, a bench there, but soon, entire streets vanished overnight, leaving behind nothing but empty land. The townspeople whispered about curses and old legends, but no one had answers. Alex, a journalist visiting Elden Hollow, had heard about the mystery and decided to investigate. He wandered through the town with his camera, taking pictures of the places that had disappeared. "This is unreal," he muttered, standing where a bakery once stood. All that remained was a patch of dirt and a few bricks. As Alex snapped photos, an elderly woman approached him. She had a hunched back and piercing eyes that seemed to look straight through him. "You won't find answers with that," she said, pointing at his camera. "What do you mean?" Alex asked, lowering the lens. "The town isn't vanishing. It's being taken," she said. "Taken? By what?" The woman glanced around, as if afraid someone might overhear. "Not what? Who?" "The Hollow Keeper." Alex frowned. "Who's the Hollow Keeper?" She stepped closer and whispered, "A guardian from the old times. Elden Hollow was built on sacred ground. The Keeper protected it for centuries, but we've forgotten our promise to honor the land. Now, the Keeper is reclaiming what was never ours to begin with." Before Alex could ask more, the woman walked away, disappearing into the crowd. That night, Alex couldn't sleep. The woman's words replayed in his mind. Deciding he couldn't wait until morning, he grabbed his camera and flashlight and headed to the town square, the last place where a street had disappeared. The square was eerily quiet. The usual hum of late-night activity was gone, replaced by an unsettling stillness. As Alex walked toward the center, the air grew colder. A faint humming sound echoed around him, and the ground beneath his feet seemed to shift. Suddenly, the cobblestones ahead of him began to fade, as if being erased by an invisible hand. "What the?" Alex started. But before he could finish, a shadowy figure appeared. The figure was tall and cloaked, its face hidden in darkness. It moved silently, its hands outstretched toward the disappearing street. "Hey!" Alex shouted, raising his flashlight. "Who are you?" The figure paused, its head turning slowly toward him. "You shouldn't be here," it said, its voice low and echoing. Alex took a step back. "Are you the Hollow Keeper?" The figure tilted its head. "I am the one who ensures balance. The town has broken its promise, and now it must be reclaimed." "What promise?" Alex asked. "The land was never theirs to take," the keeper said. "Now, they must return what they've stolen." Alex stared at the keeper, his mind racing. "What can I do? How can we fix this?" The keeper's form flickered, like smoke caught in a breeze. "There is nothing you can do. The town's fate is sealed." "There has to be a way," Alex insisted. "What if I find out what the promise was? What if I make it right?" The keeper hesitated, its glowing eyes narrowing. "If you truly wish to save this place, you must uncover the truth. But be warned, some truths are better left buried." Before Alex could respond, the keeper vanished, leaving him alone in the empty square. The next morning, Alex visited the town's library, searching for any records about the town's founding. After hours of digging through dusty books and faded maps, he found something: a journal written by one of Elden Hollow's founders. The entries described how the settlers had discovered the land, a lush valley with a pristine river running through it. They believed it was a gift from the gods, but the native people who lived there had warned them to respect the land and its guardian. "We promised the keeper we would protect this place," one entry read, "but we have taken too much. I fear the land will one day demand retribution." Alex's heart sank. The settlers had broken their promise, and now the town was paying the price. That evening, Alex returned to the town square, hoping the keeper would appear again. As the last rays of sunlight faded, the figure emerged from the shadows. "I know the truth," Alex said. "The settlers broke their promise, but I want to fix it. Tell me what I can do." The keeper was silent for a moment. Then it said, "The land requires a new promise, one made with sincerity and sacrifice. Are you willing to give what is needed? Alex nodded, though fear gnawed at him. What kind of sacrifice? You will see, the keeper replied, extending a hand. Alex reached out, and the keeper's hand closed around his. The world around him shifted, and he found himself standing in a vast, empty field. The town was gone. What is this? Alex asked, panic rising in his chest. This is the land as it was before, the keeper said. You must rebuild the promise. Speak to the land, and it will decide. Alex knelt on the ground, placing his hands on the cool earth. He closed his eyes, searching for the right words. We were wrong to take without giving, he said. I promise to honor this land and protect it, not for us, but for all who come after. Please, give us a chance to make things right. The ground beneath him trembled, and a soft glow spread across the field. The keeper's voice echoed around him. The land accepts your promise, but your role as its protector will come with a price. Alex opened his eyes, and the field transformed. The town of Elden Hollow reappeared, its streets and buildings restored. But something felt different, quieter, more peaceful. As Alex stood, the keeper's voice whispered, You are now the Hollow Keeper. The balance rests with you. Alex returned to the town square, his heart heavy but resolute. The people of Elden Hollow would never know what he had done to save their home, but he would protect it, just as the original keeper had. From that day on, Alex walked the streets of Elden Hollow, listening to the land and ensuring its balance was never broken again.